every sales call counts more than ever because the rules have changed. Back when we had all this low-hanging fruit, you can make mistakes, you can be careless, you can be sloppy when you had all that low-hanging fruit. Today, every sales call counts, and the salesperson needs to treat each one as it counts. In 30 years, and the whole toy industry took a big nosedive, but Lego still was able to turn things around and grow by 18.7%. And in 2009, just up to the first 6 months of the year, they are experiencing a 23% growth in their sales. Woo! So reinvention, right? They figured out the new normal. They figured out what the new rules are because they don't want to become the next Howard Johnsons. Now, what if I said, you can't use any red bricks?
I'd be out now.
That's an unlevel playing field. Well, you do that. Chris got all blue. I got all blue.
Because the red bricks are the low-hanging fruit of the, the boom era.
That changes things.
That changes things. So how does it change things? No red bricks.
That's the foundation of my structure.
That's the foundation of your structure. Okay, no red bricks. So it changes things. But did you know that when you started?
No.
No, and that's my point. See, you can't win if you don't know what the rules are. You can't win if you don't know what the rules are, and that's what today is about, knowing what the rules are. Most people, business owners, salespeople, focus on the output of the process, right? How much, what'd you bring in for business today? How much sales did you make? And the salesperson's like, oh, I didn't bring in any business today. Oh, I don't have anything on the scoreboard. Always focused on the output. Well, if we could just change our focus and shift our focus from the output to the input, because if you have quality input, the output will take care of itself. So what do I mean, right? So let's just say we have, what are we putting into our sales process? Prospects, right? We put in prospects in our sales process. We put in, we want to mold our prospects, right? Now, but as we put them through our sales process, we can control how they come out. Maybe you push too hard, Michael.
Yours looks a little nicer.
Mine's a little nicer. Oh, look at it.
Maybe I got the cheap one.
No, you can't
got
leave
the
that
cheap
stuff on the counter overnight.
But then I can change the results I get. All right, I can get spaghetti if I want a different kind of output. Okay, but I can change my sales process to get different things. It just depends on what you want. So my point is that I want you to start thinking about the input, what goes into your sales process, and the output will take care of itself. That's part of creating a system, creates the consistency when all of my customers go through the same experience and they get the most wonderful journey as they go through the home mortgage experience. They go, wow, that was different. That was really not too bad. It was actually pretty easy. We hit some bumps, but my LO figured it all out, took care of it. And guess what? Who do they talk to?
Their friends.
Exactly. 80% of your referrals come out of the project, the unit, right here. 80% of your referrals. Okay? You got 20% of your sales team up here, and you got 20% of your sales team down here, and then you got 60 over here. Okay. The top 20% are your top producers. They just chug along no matter what you do. They are always consistent producers every month. There's not much you need to do because they're the top of the cream of the crop. Down here, these are the ones who got into sales for all the wrong reasons. Oh, I wanted to be free. I wanted to make my own day. I wanted freedom. Oh, I thought this would be an easy job. Right? You've heard those salespeople. These are the dreamers. They don't have a clue what it takes to be up here. So they get into sales and they kind of tinker around and play. Eventually, they self-eliminate themselves. Okay, here's where you want to put all your training dollars, right here. All your training dollars, all your time and attention. Why? These are the wannabes. They want to be up here. And they are busting their butt to be up here. They have the internal drive to be to the top. And they will start moving up to the top. As you give them tools, as they get experience, as they get knowledge, as they load up their sales toolbox, the next thing you know, they start popping up to the top. when Tom asked me, how do you manage salespeople? Since I'm not a sales manager and I'm not a full-time sales manager, I need some tools. So I put together all the tools that I have used and I know work. But more importantly, this is also part of formalizing your sales process, which we talked about this morning. When we have a formalized sales process, we get the consistency with customers, we get the consistency with suppliers, employees, we attract good people. Okay, we start to legitimize and formalize what we do, and when we can, push the button and make everything happen, a lot of it can happen without us being there. And that's the whole idea behind all of these tools. You don't have to be chasing your salespeople around, wondering what they're doing every day, every minute. You've got some accountability tools to check in with them. Because somebody said, well, what do I do when my salespeople get depressed? How do I motivate them? We celebrate all wins. Even the littlest, tiniest advancement in the sales process. I move to the next appointment. We want to celebrate every positive move.
Can you define celebrate?
Yahoo! That's all I ask my friends to do with me. Celebrate. Acknowledge that. Give me a high five. Acknowledge that I got the appointment that I want.
All right.
Right? It's free. But it gets the energy up. If the salesperson's not keeping up with the daily activity, there's no way they're going to make the number by the end of the month unless they get lucky. But we don't need luck. Is not a strategy, and either is hopium. You got to have a plan.
Hopium.
Well, because salespeople hope. I hope I make my number, right? I hope.
There's an H in front of the O.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah. Hopium. Hopium is not a strategy.
How do you keep your spirits?